Man, some water. Somebody get him water. Jesus Christ.
Shout out to Deer Park.
Jeez. This guy.
Hey, for the record.
He said I had unlimited text.
We've all been there.
For the record, to protect the cool. This is me explaining a situation I'm aware of.
This ain't you.
This ain't you.
This ain't your story.
It's fine.
But yeah, I mean, so those are the stories that go with that. So I also want to ask you the same question I asked her, right? So you coming up, where'd you get your game from?
I used to work at a strip club. Yeah, I used to not dance. Well, look, strippers. You have nice calves. Strippers' favorite lines are like, "Oh, I did private parties." So that's what I did. I ain't dance at a club. I did private parties. That's how I'm gonna sell it. But yeah, so I kind of you know the culture, the vibe. So I took our former shooter to the strip club. What was it, Slave Braids? Took Slave Braids to the.
Stop calling him that.
That's wild. Slave Braids to the strip club for his birthday. His first time in there. I feel like I'm corrupting this guy, but we went in. It was a little dead, so he didn't get like when we walked in like dead. Like the strippers was at the bar drinking. That kind of did.
So what you saying?
No pole work was being had at all.
So what you're saying is when y'all walked in, the red lights didn't go off.
Yeah, they didn't go off. Nobody was like, "Oh, more money coming in." None of that happened. They was literally like, "Why y'all here?" Yeah. So we go, and as such, it was no like girls on a pole or whatever. They literally was like, it's a slow night, so they just chilling. They stopped a little rotation. So we ended up just, grabbing a seat, grabbing a drink, chilling, chopping it up. And then, you get the secondary experience, which is like a more elevated, I guess, strip club experience. Like
he uses elevated in strip clubs.
Because strippers are people too. Let's not do that.
No disrespect.
Okay? Let's talk to them, okay?
I absolutely
agree. And I know this because I was the walk to the car guy. And never mind. We'll talk about that offline. But you get to know that they're humans. So in any case, stripper comes over, or the young lady comes over. She's talking to us and dancing. So you get that like more human experience versus like just the standard throwing the money, slapping ass. What type
of questions are being posed in this interaction?
The standards. Where you from? You know what I'm saying? The what your interests are, who you be with. You know what I mean? Things that make you smile. What numbers to dial. You're going to be here for a while. You know what I'm saying? So those type of questions. But she was age appropriate for slave braids. So I I just kind of like let him do his thing. It was his experience or whatever. So, it started off slow. And what the kids are doing nowadays, they like exchange IGs. Like we used to do the numbers back in my day. Now they exchange Instagram. So it's like, he got her Instagram, and they seem to be enjoying.
And you put me on to why the exchange of information is important from their perspective. You told me there's actually a bigger play.
Oh, from the workers' perspective?
Right. You told me there's a bigger play.
Yeah, because then you become a John or a regular.
Yeah.
Like that's how you capture your clients. So then you get the IG, Instagram message. Hey, I'm dancing tonight. You should come. You should come see me. You definitely want to build your clientele because this is, at the end of the day, it's her job. You know what I'm saying?
Or if you're looking to solicit private
or
services,
again,
right?
My favorite line. Yeah, I do this on Thursdays, but I dance. I do private shows, and then you pull out your booklet. It's almost like your photo book, of like your private shows, and then you could kind of show your work. You know what I mean? It's like a lookbook if you were if you were interior designer. It's the same concept.
A hoe lookbook.
Ma'am, not all strippers are hoes. That's what I'm saying. They're people too, you know?
Right. Not all hoes are strippers.
And absolutely. And yeah, so they seem to be, you know, he was having a good time in that regard. So it was cool. It was like, you know, not your standard experience, but you know, he got to.
Did he have a good time? Do you feel?
Yeah,
like,
I think so. And let's be clear, right? Like strippers are master manipulators, right? They make you believe that you're something that you're not, right? Like you the guy.
I don't want him.
You're way more interesting than you are. Like that's because that's part of the job.
You're going into protective mode because you know him, right?
Oh no, he's absolutely gonna be like sliding through that joint like on a regular, like accidentally.
I'm gonna talk to him
strung
to
out,
help him to understand, like from a woman's perspective, like. These women are just going to use you. They're going to be really nice. Yeah. Like, no, please do not spend. Just know that this is just like if you're not going to gamble, you know, you can go to the strip club and throw someone.
This is a gamble.
Okay. Yeah, but it's a gamble that you will always lose.
Now, not for nothing, right? Just to have both sides of the conversation. Some men sign up for this. Some men sign up to be.
I don't want that sad life. He is like a baby Da Vinci. Like
I'm just saying, like
that's part of growth.
I really don't.
He's got to experience that.
No, he does not need to experience. Like you went through that.
No, I didn't go through that. I got lucky because before I could even get trapped, I saw behind the door. I was like, oh, this is all. This is all the play. Like it is very much a business. Like you know, and it's a model. Like I said, you got to sell. From her perspective, she's selling you a dream. Yes, daddy, you the coolest guy I've ever met. You know what I'm saying? Come see me. I want to see you. Like all those type of messaging. I'm like, oh shit, this is a cool.
Like I don't want my baby Da Vinci ending up. Remember on Players Club, like we're not gonna call him. I'm not gonna call him that. Like Players Club where. She was really nice to the guy, and the next thing he was like, "Yeah, make sure you get home safe all the time." Like I don't want him being.
Oh, you think you're gonna pop up at her door or something?
Not that I think that about him, but like men can sometimes like
they're
go
creeps.
Go with the illusion. Like
absolutely,
you can be tricked into thinking that you really like this woman really cares about you, and then you can invest emotional feelings like. So not to say that he would do that, but that can happen.
I mean, life's about the buying.
I don't want him getting hurt.
Life
like,
is about the buying and selling of dreams, and some of us buy more than others, and some of us. I
don't want that for him. He's a nice young man.
Okay, nice people get corrupted all the time. That's part of life, bro.
Well, not.
This could be his villain story, like the beginning of his villain story. Like,
not to make it specific to the stripper aspect, but
I'm gonna just keep saying.
But more along the lines of we all start off green. Right. You don't know what to do or how to operate until you actually in these situations, until you introduced to it. And you don't know what your kryptonite is until you face with it. Right? Like everyone thinks they have a type until they meet their type.
Yeah.
Right. And then you kind of, you're trying to figure out, well, how do I maneuver in this particular space?
And that's not to say I don't think he's gonna like he wasn't like
nipple tassels.
We ain't leaving. He was like, oh, I gotta get back. I can't wait till tomorrow. He was just like, he was cool. He played it cool. He did his thing.
Okay.
He was real cool. He was chilling.
Understands that this is a lie.
I don't know if he understands that part yet, but he'll learn. And I'll tell him. Like, when I call him, or he'll be like, hey, I'm on the way to XYZ strip club. I'm be like, oh, player, slow down. I'll talk to him then. I'm like,
you're his accountability buddy.
Yeah. I'm like, hold on, I'll meet you there. Give me a second. I'm on the way. Give me 5 minutes. Let me get dressed.
For some reason, all I can hear is that line, that next song, how it starts when he says,
a little poke coming through.
I wonder if she can tell I'm hard right
Oh God.
Yeah, it was a cool vibe. I
have such this maternal instinct.
Yeah, you got to stop protecting these. Like,
no. No. You know what? No. Hey, all jokes aside, right? Let me. You know how I do, right? No, we actually need more women to operate like Brenda.
For sure.
And I say because as adults, niggas be out of pocket.
Yeah.
Niggas don't know how to handle themselves. Niggas don't know how to approach situations. Yeah. So having women like school you early will have less of these unruly, untamed niggas out here doing shit, violating.
He's on a good path. He's such a good kid. I mean, not kid, but young man. Right. Like, and I just don't want like.
Listen, somebody's gonna take advantage of him.
Oh my God, Earl.
Follow 3 to Pod Away on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Chumps.
Do young women get the game as to how to operate in these spaces?
Big L.
Because I mean, you're being introduced out here, right? You're growing up, right? You're experiencing things. Do you have a older woman or a big sister or anybody that's giving you like, hey, this is how it works out here?
Not really.
So you're figuring it out as you go along, more or less.
I got you, Lindsay.
Yeah.
I got you.
Big L.
A little bit.
It's her studio.
Like,
Big L.
I mean, I have my sister-in-law, and then I have like my other cousins. Like,
Okay.
So I have people to talk to.
But do they offer advice or do you seek out advice from them?
Mostly seek out advice.
Okay.
And you don't have to give details, but have you been finessed out here? And then if you have, how did you recover from that?
No, I haven't.
Oh, all right. So do you feel like they're giving you the game to prevent you from being finessed?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
But you said it though before. You said you asked too many questions, right? Which is never a bad thing. You said
good.
you're going to ask way too many questions.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's a good.
You know what? I'll even
that's
give
a good
you this.
John right there.
The most absurd question you could think to ask that. Because that's going to be the thing that comes up, right? The thing that you really wonder,
right?
That's the question you ask. And it might seem absurd. It might seem obscure. It might seem like something that's not traditional. That's the question you ask. Yeah. Because if you don't ask that might be the thing that shows up later.
We got more experience. You being significantly older. How'd you prevent or recover from, being finessed back in the day or buying too many dreams? Like, well, who was your person that you leaned on, or big homie, in the words of
man? So man, I had an uncle, and really I didn't have to say anything. He watched it, and then like as it concluded or as I'm going through it, he checked me, be like, all right, man.
So he let you get to a certain point, and then
for sure,
but not go too far. Like,
yeah. I mean, it's like sideline. It's like coaching, right? It's like asking the questions, like you sure you want to? So what you doing? I see you, asking those type of questions. Now, mind you, when you're the age I was, you don't have real responses. You're just talking. You're not even realizing that he's asking these questions for a reason. You're just answering. Right. So, as you get older, the questions become a little more pointed. The direction becomes a little more pointed. And you, as you're talking about, you develop your nuance. You start picking up on things like, well, for example, like if I call, right, normally she might not pick up. If I'm calling, she don't pick up. But if she wants to do something or she needs something, she has no problem getting in touch with me. As a young man, that's probably the easiest one to overlook. Right. Because you're so geeked when she calls you, right? You ready to jump. Yeah. You're not thinking, well, wait a minute. I've called her 5 times. I've texted her 10 times. No response.
Damn, thirsty.
Now she wants to go.
Get that man some water. Somebody get him water. Jesus Christ.
Shout out to Deer Park.
Jeez. This guy.
Hey, for the record,
he said I had unlimited text.
We've all been there.
Hey, for the record, to protect the cool. This is me explaining a situation I'm aware of.
This ain't you. This ain't your story.
It's fine.
But yeah, I mean, so those are the stories that go with that. So I also want to ask you the same question I asked her, right? So you coming up, where'd you get your game from?
I mean, definitely like my mom. She definitely put me up on game a lot. And
talk about that.
Yeah,
how?
What is that?
Yeah, how does that start?
Oh, this is
all right. So give us some context on the relation. Are you like the best friend with mom? I tell her everything, or did she just was like, hey, this is how, by example, this is how ladies should
by
act and move. Okay,
definitely by example.
Okay.
Like, and she would kind of see, like, mothers always know. So like, when I would be in my relationships and stuff like that, she would just be like, baby girl, like you don't need to do so much for a man. Like, sometimes let him do for you. Like I was always so quick to be the one to be like, oh, I'll take care of it. I'll do it. Like, like, oh, I'm single independent. Like, I just want to,
Sometimes let him text you 10 times and call you 5 times. Okay, right.
definitely not being so pressed to be in a relationship with somebody. Because like my mom always, in something my mom always taught me is that in order for a relationship to work, the guy has to like the girl a little bit more.
Absolutely. No, that is 1,000% fact. Yeah.
So just putting me up on game. It took me a while to get there, but we here now.
And then same for Big L. So like, how'd you recover from those finesse situations, or where you bought a dream more than you sold, or whatever?
Just kind of like, I think back then I ended up just like hating the guy, but now I kind of like have like I just have retrospective, like, all right, like where did I go wrong? Where did I fuck up at? So just having those real conversations, like again, players fuck up too, so things happen, and then not doing like kind of taking note and then making sure I don't put myself in that position again.
Gotcha.
Doing the best I can do to not put myself in. I was just seeing the signs early. Not saying that I won't necessarily put myself in that position, but if I do, I get out quick. No, we're good. I'm good. Yeah.
And so, like, I guess the moral of the story, if there is one, right, is just becoming smarter. Every lesson, whether good or bad or otherwise, is a lesson in itself. And just figuring out just how. Now, there's also there's no science to this, right? Yeah. So for all the preparation in the world, there's still going to be life that happens. And what do you do when you're faced with it, right?
Yeah. I mean,
you just gotta roll with it.
Just roll with it. Yeah, I don't know.
Right. No one's ever gonna get it 100% right. Like you do your best to grow every time you have like an incident or something that we always say stay calm. Like when things are going great, just stay calm. Things are going bad, just stay calm. Like that's one of the things I've always learned. Like at this point in my life, like just it's fine. Like it's never gonna be. You gotta ride the wave when you're up and when you're down. Just prepare for your upstroke.
And I'll close on this. In the great words of the philosopher Glorilla, nigga, that's why I love tomorrow. And with that being said.
One thing for sure.
Two things for certain.
3 to 5 words.
Glow.
I love Glow.
Big Glow.